What's up, everybody? I can't. I got to learn how to express the energy without yelling.
This is like fun with other, running friends. So I'm like, I'm going to do it because I knew it would put me in a good mood.
You are my BRF.
What's happening, Eric?
There for your victory lap.
Yeah.
Oh,
How did you do
how did you do that?
And all of a sudden I go to zip it up and I'm like, why is the zipper in the front right now? 0 out of 10 on the recommendation scale.
I am literally crying from laughter and from so much love. Oh my God.
It's like I see off for your cornhole.
And he just smashed Arnie like that and said, "You stay out of this, Arnie." And I thought,
But I don't run to stay sober. I get to run because I am.
And there she was, a halo over her head.
No, it's not very true. Okay.
And he steps to the side and just gestures. Here's the tinkle pot.
I don't need to tinkle.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 225 of the On the Runs podcast. And man, what an incredible week we had. What an incredible month of Boston weeks. The best yet. We got to record from Boston City Hall Plaza. We had some amazing guests, but wouldn't you believe it? I still feel like we missed out on a few fun things. I can't wait to talk about it all. Let's debrief right now with my amazing rockstar of a co-host, 6-star Erica. What's up?
What's up, buddy? I approve of your energetic indoor voice for your hotel.
You wouldn't do the intro for me. I'm in a hotel, and you know how the walls are. I have been, if you're a new listener, we were recording once. I was in a hotel, and then there was a knock on the door. It was late, and
Eric
it was
got in trouble.
But I was in Sweden, and it was like midnight because it was 6 o'clock where you were. And so right now it's 9:30 p.m. I think I'm okay. But if we continue this until 12:30.
Oh, I cannot continue this until 12.
There might be a knock on the door. But yeah, 6-star, what's up?
Oh, man, not much. This has been one hell of a week just with life and trying to figure out emotions after the whole Boston experience.
Yeah.
And it's been a total whirlwind, but
I know,
I'm glad
ups and
to
downs.
be total ups and downs, but I am happy to be talking with you tonight, just like going over our thoughts and sharing it with all of our listeners. And yeah, I'm glad you could make time for it. I know you're busy traveling. Where are you at?
I am in Washington, D.C. I'm like a couple blocks down the street from the White House.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, I'm right there. I'm right there.
In the thick of things.
Dangerous city, they say here. Crime is high or crime is low. I don't know. It depends who you listen to. We're here for a trade show. I flew in today, Monday. We had to postpone with our guest because I knew we wouldn't be able to record at the normal time because I went out to dinner. And this was cool. So I went out to dinner with my boss and a guy from BD and a couple other sales guys. And this one younger guy was there. And so he was the son of one of the people we're with. And he's a historian. He has like a history degree. He has a podcast, a Marines podcast.
Really?
And they just did 250 episodes. He's never heard of Riverside.
Oh, things are about to get way cooler for them.
I know, but we talked about podcasting well because he's here podcasting at this Marine trade show. However, the coolest part was he took us to a restaurant in Chinatown, like this hole in the wall Chinese restaurant, and he ordered for all of us.
Did he have to order in Chinese? Like, is that how it works when you're
that would have been so cool.
I thought that's where you were leading me. I was like,
that would have, well, it was just kind of like we sat down and I'm like, trying to figure it out. And he's like, you guys just want to do this and that, blah, 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 blah. And someone's like, yeah. And so the table is it's a round table, but on top of the round table, like 2/3 around is this other glass table that spins.
Oh, like a lazy Susan. I think that's what they call them. Yeah.
So he ordered all these plates for us and we just spun it around. And I'm like, I've always hated going to a Chinese restaurant because I don't know what to get. Everyone says a poo-poo platter. I'm like, what's that, poo-poo? Like, I don't know what that is. I get noodles.
All the best appetizers.
I know I get noodles and rice, maybe an egg roll. I
Mhm.
don't know anything though. So I was just like, this is so cool. He ordered for all of us. He has a podcast that we talked quite a bit about. He does all his things in teams. And I'm like, oh my God. So he leaves while looking up Riverside and he's like, I showed him some of our stuff. He goes, are you serious?
Mhm. Oh, I'm so glad we don't use Teams because that would like just ruin my work from home hopes and dreams.
Can we let the cat out of the bag? Can we address the elephant in the room that we've
You've
dabbled?
mentioned it so
I've
many
mentioned,
times.
but nobody really knows, and people might be curious of what actually happened. And I think the best way to explain it is people just don't visit the sperm bank anymore. And the sperm banks across the country are closing.
Oh man.
And your sperm bank is closing.
Thank you for the laugh, my friend.
You're
I
not
kinda needed it.
You didn't get fired, you didn't get laid off. The bank is closed.
The economy sucks, you guys. So my company could not stay afloat, sadly. But oh man, what a
You explained
what a
it
ride.
as you explained it as you lost a big client like a year ago, and I translated that as in, oh, guys are no longer coming to the sperm bank.
You can think of it however you'd like, but basically that's the case.
So today when people are
Oh,
listening on
man.
Tuesday, it's your last day.
Yes, I think it is. Yep,
Yeah.
we have to be out of our building by the 30th, but we're pretty much done. So we're calling it early, and that's it. That's all she wrote.
Well, I have a beef with you and about your job, but
Beef.
we'll get to that when it comes to the beef because that's somewhere along our timeline. I was thinking we could do a quick, like I say quick, we can't do anything quick unless you're going to the sperm bank. A recap, a rundown, a recap, as Tara and Lindsay would call it, of the entire Boston week. So typically we've always had a recap with runners who run, but we got to do that immediately after the Boston Marathon.
Yeah, that was so cool.
Live from City Hall Plaza at the post-race show, which was just an absolute incredible experience. But I think we got to start from the beginning. We need to go back to the first episode when we had Troy Hoyt to kick off Boston Weeks this year. And that was cool, especially for us because it's the Hoyt family, Team Hoyt. Like what a
Total
cool
legends.
Yeah. And if you remember when Rick and Dick passed away right around the start of our podcast, we talked about them. And I think part of us was like, man, if we started this podcast like 4 years earlier, who knows? We could have had them on.
I know.
Right?
But hey, we are 225 episodes in at this point. Like, we are going places. It's just a staggering number.
Yeah, but we felt like at the time that we missed out, like they're gone. But we got Troy, and we got to hear his version of the story. And his dad's still around. Maybe one day he comes on and tells us his version. Like, that was so cool talking about Team Hoyt. And then we saw him at mile 19.2.
I was so excited about that. He came from across the street to give us all high fives, gave us a wave, and just kept on going. And he looked so strong out there.
Yeah. And he has that beard. He's trying to catch up to Beard.
He's on his way.
Runner.
Yeah.
He's on his way. His way. So I just thought that was such a great kickoff for Boston Weeks. And then a couple of days later, we had Jordan Whitaker, Jordan Marie, whatever you want to call her, Team Ioneer, the story about her daughter, your Penguins connection. And then the best part is, let's talk about it now. She came by mile 19.2. And then she also came to the post-race podcast. She did not sound good. By the way, I don't sound good right now.
Oh, no. I hope you're not getting what Jordan had a case of.
No. Well, Jordan, if you got me sick, I swear to God.
I think you're in the clear.
I've lost my voice around Boston. And then we had a loud weekend.
We did.
We had a loud weekend. We had a lot of fun this weekend. There's a lot of cheering, a lot of, like, I'm talking healthy kids race, Tommy Tyler comeback type thing. My voice has not recovered. So I'm not sick. I've just lost my voice
That's
again.
fair. Can I just tell you one thing? I think it's acceptable for your children to put like a backpack with a leash on it. You have
Oh
two
my
of them going
God.
in opposite directions. I think in their case, it's okay to do that.
It honest, but that just reminds me of my grandmother. Like she would walk us around the circle with a
Mhm.
leash.
I mean, you're being a responsible parent and keeping
Oh
an
my
eye
God.
on both of your kids.
I could use it sometimes. Tommy's not my concern. Typically, it's Tyler.
Oh, is he like a bolt risk? Like he's just gonna take off?
Yeah, like squirrel.
Oh, well, I mean, I get that too. I do that myself.
So
Okay.
I've lost my voice, but Jordan was not feeling well, and she sent you a text like a couple days later. What'd she
Yep.
say?
I think she said she's like, "Oh, do you guys remember how I told you that I was sick for like 2 weeks before I started this race? Wasn't it bronchitis or something crazy?" I'm like, "You just ran the Boston
Right.
Marathon in a pretty good time, by the way, and like with your kid saying like, "Mom, why aren't you running faster?"
Well, that
And
was
then
what
come
you
to
would
find
expect from
out-
a kid. Are you winning? Did you win?
Yeah, but I just kind of laughed. I'm like, "Oh, well, I mean, you're out here doing it, girl, and especially with bronchitis, like she had to go on antibiotics."
She went to urgent care, and I think she said the doctor was like, "You did what yesterday?" Because she went on Tuesday.
Yep.
So Jordan was incredible. If you remember, who'd we have on after Jordan? Help me out here.
All right, give me a
I don't remember.
That wasn't Chris and Elena. Trenny was after.
It was Meb.
Duh.
We had Meb.
Shit.
I'm not even going to edit our stupidity there. We
You are
had
catching me
Meb.
at 9:40 at night.
I know, it's late.
Meb.
All right, let's talk about how we got Meb. This was so cool because this episode's going to have a little bit of these stories about how we met Chris and Elena, how we got to do the live show, how we had Meb. So this is the beauty of what we've built here. We've made connections, we've made friendships. So I reached out to Bex Gentry to get Rob Simulcare. We had Rob on the podcast in the fall. Because of that, we got to communicate with Rob's executive assistant. She helped me get Meb because I reached out to her. She got me in touch with Meb's team. We got Meb. Episode of the year, episode of the podcast, goes on the Mount Rushmore. The compliments we got, the messages from other people. This episode, by the way, did not blow up like a Bex Gentry or an Ashley Paulson episode blows up. And that's completely fine. But the response, the feedback was incredible. And Meb was absolutely incredible.
I was hoping that this weekend we would have bumped into him somewhere along the Boston course, either at FanFest or something, because we still owe him a beer. Yeah.
Well, that's part of the disappointment. Like we didn't get to do a whole lot, and I'll get to that. But Meb we almost got the chance to interview him at 3:00 on Sunday. They asked us if we would be available. Of course, we'll be available to have Meb and interview him in front of a crowd. They had us as their backup. They ended up choosing somebody else. And then because it was cold and rainy on Sunday,
terrible weather.
The event never even happened. So, that's their luck. They didn't need us. The event didn't happen.
There's always next year.
Meb was, oh my God. Like Erica, just go back into your memory bank. Like, what was that like?
Well, I definitely did my dumbass fangirl thing again where I'm like, and I couldn't think of actual words to say to him. But then it got a little bit better. And just hearing him recount his Boston experiences was absolutely incredible. I could listen to him all day.
He almost cried. Like he was, it's not like he's told
Pure
the story
emotion.
hundreds of times, but he was emotional.
Yeah.
He was so good. He understood the assignment. Like he truly understood because in emails, we described what we're looking for in this episode. This is Boston Weeks. We highlight runners from the fundraisers to the pros. We want to talk about this and that. We want like spare no details. He understood the whole entire assignment and he absolutely delivered. What a delivery. So I do remember the rest of the order. A couple days later, it was our live episode from the Cheap Marathon, the one that Erica thinks isn't cheap enough, but that's a story for another time.
We're not talking about that right now.
But the next week, this is now race week. This is even cooler. This started on April 30th of last year. So we had Chris and Elena Lotzbaum on the podcast.
Mhm.
Chris, if you remember, is media and Elena is
Mhm.
volunteers. Chris is race comms and media. Elena's volunteers,
Yes.
right? They're both top dogs at the BAA. They're also married, a wonderful two people, and a beautiful little daughter, 1 year old now. That was such a fun episode because they were together, and it was unfortunate that we had to record with somebody else an hour later because we could have talked to them for 3 hours.
Honestly, yes. You just get they're so fun, and the way that they play off of each other just made it such an interesting conversation. So you're absolutely right. We could have talked for hours.
The way Elena would look at Chris when he was talking was just like,
See, that's part of the dynamic, which I
Yeah.
love so much.
yeah. So Chris plays a vital role. We'll get to that as we finish up and go into the Boston Marathon weekend. But the final guest for Boston Weeks, like a normal guest, was Trenny Casey. And this was cool. This wasn't all Boston. Like, this was a little bit Wisconsin, a little bit sports. And speaking of which, your boy TJ Oshie's on my TV right now. I'm watching.
Barely
I'm watching,
know who he is. I know he's hockey.
I'm watching hockey right now on mute on the TV. Pittsburgh just beat Philly, and TJ Oshie's on because he has the next game. He's in it must be Vegas or Utah. So he's doing the sideline reporting, rank side reporting from Utah. So
Can
Yeah.
I just say, speaking of Philly, I am obsessed with Gritty.
yeah. Gritty's. I'm happy
So
Pittsburgh won because I wanted Pittsburgh to win this series because of their goalie Stuart Skinner, but they lost the first 3 games and they changed goalies, so now they're winning without
Oh.
Stuart Skinner, and I'm like, well, now I don't care. Gritty, dude. So
Gritty has the best Instagram account.
The game in Philadelphia the other day against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is the Penguins, so this doesn't do good for you, Erica. There's a guy dressed in a penguin outfit with like the full mask, and he's in a crutches. He has bandage around his head.
Because Gritty beat the shit out of it.
And he has a sign that says like, no more, please stop. And Gritty just like starts beating on him. And then he takes the crutch and he's like slamming the crutch on the ground. And so the penguin falls, and then Gritty just all of a sudden like bends over and grabs another penguin that's like a dummy and throws him off the balcony of the hockey arena.
I'm telling you, Gritty's Instagram account is the funniest thing.
Yeah.
And like I have no connections to Philly whatsoever, except I ran there once, and it is like one of my top favorite accounts to follow because it's so unhinged.
We need to podcast from like the Philly Marathon weekend.
Can we? Oh, that'd be fun. Oh, that'd be
Gritty,
so much fun.
we need Gritty to come on the podcast.
Oh my God.
Just
He's
like
gonna find
Pat-
out somehow I'm a penguin, and just like you'll see us in the background, and then it'll pan to him in the crowd with like his googly eyes and like just...
You know how he's gonna find out you're a penguin?
You're gonna tell him.
I'm gonna tell
blow up
him.
my spot. Yeah.
We had Pat the Patriot come on the podcast from Boston. That was incredible. But
It's the
like,
most random thing in the world. I loved it. I loved every second of that.
did you know I was doing that, by the way?
No, I had no idea. I thought you were messing with Aaron, who Jess Lindemann's husband, because he is like they're from Baltimore. So
He was not
just
happy
messing
with
him.
the Pat Patriot, and I made Aaron take a photo with him, and he wasn't
the
thrilled
picture. It was
about
great.
it. And the thing was, Aaron actually did really well with the photo. He played along. Jess was like, "Don't you dare! He's going to be so mad. He's going to be so mad." But
Aaron
I'm not
is
giving.
such a cool dude. So
Yeah,
he played
is
along.
great.
Yeah.
But I'm not giving Trenny Casey her due here.
No. Oh my God. And you say she's just a normal person. She's cool as shit.
Mm-hmm.
We
She
actually
is cool as
tried
shit.
we tried to see if we could meet up with her for cheering on Monday.
She invited
but
us.
She had the perfect spot, and we were like, we have our perfect spot. You have your
Well-
perfect spot. Hers involved margaritas though, which may
Yeah.
have been more perfect. So
Our spot.
next year.
I don't know. Like, are we going to go back to our spot next year? That's for in a few minutes. We'll get there.
I may fight you over that, man. I may fight you over that.
What? If you remember what you said earlier a couple days ago, I'm like, if you had one or the other, I'm like, okay, we'll get there. We'll get there. Trenny delivered on the story about her DNF.
Yes, everyone
a
felt
story.
that.
5 Bostons, 1 DNF, running across Wisconsin, and just the whole story was such a relatable running story.
Mm-hmm.
So Trenny was great. That was our Boston lineup. We had 5 incredible guests: Troy, Jordan, Meb, 6, I guess, if you count Chris and Elena, and then Trenny. So 6 incredible guests over 5 episodes. Freaking phenomenal. I really hope in the future we can do the same, where we have a couple local runners fundraising. We have someone from the BAA. Maybe we have like a past champion or Boston legend. And then Trenny was kind of like that media personality. She's experienced. We didn't even talk about it, and we ran out of time, but maybe we do have her back, because she used to be the reporter from the finish line and interview the winner. We didn't even talk about that.
We need to dig deeper into that. Absolutely. Let's get her back.
And she's a fan of the pod. She follows, she listens. So Trenny, let's do it again one day.
Please.
Talk more running. Let's do it in person with the dogs. The dogs are super cool. And her husband, I'm sure, is pretty
squeaky toy in the
happy.
background.
I'm sure her husband's pretty happy right now, because the Habs are doing a lot better than the Bruins. They suck. The big game tonight, if you're listening, big game tonight. But they did not show up for game 4 the other day. So that was our lineup.
And that's why Eric is distracted.
Yeah, well, they're not on the TV right now, but I'm just mad about the Bruins. We're watching Vegas and Utah now. The puck dropped 13 seconds ago. So TJ Oshie's at this game, your boy.
Maybe this will make the Bruins tickets cheaper next year.
Never. Oh my God, we didn't even make the playoffs last year. We're the second most expensive ticket in the league.
Just want to go to a game.
Dude, the Boston Fleet played a game at the Garden, and tickets were like over $200.
Still expensive.
I know.
Give me a $40 ticket, you guys.
I would give you a hard time, but you just lost your job.
Thank you. Yeah, that's the only slack I get, because I'm now unemployed.
I'm not going to call you cheap anymore until you're employed again.
Thank you.
Anyways, let's talk about Boston Weeks. Like, what do you remember? Like, okay, we've built this up in the past couple of years, not just Boston Weeks, but I'm talking about the weekend. We just started this 19.2 thing a couple years in a row. We just went to 19.2. Last year was the first year we really took in the Saturday in Boston, but that was only because you ran the 5K.
Well, yes, I ran the 5K, but I also wanted to go to Marathon Sports because they had an event that I wanted to attend. So not only like I was a Salt Stick ambassador, I am this year too, but they were holding like an interview kind of style thing with Alexi Pappas and Laura Green. And I was like, hey, Laura is pod fam, so I'm going to go check out this like little panel that they're going to have. And so I dragged you guys along with me.
So that was an incredible day. And you took me along and showed me all these pop-ups. And the best part for me was that I loved it. It was just so... I was shaking hands, meeting people, handing out stickers and cards, saying this is who we are. I'm getting to know the people I need to get to know. And I think the most disappointing part of this year was we did none of that. We didn't go to the expo.
We had good intentions, but didn't work out.
Yeah, we didn't go to the expo. We didn't go to any pop-ups. I would not even say we had good intentions. We wanted to, but we didn't prep enough for it. And that's my fault, but I'm really disappointed it didn't happen. When I say prep enough, we did a lot of prep into the shows that we're going to talk about, but also just schedules were unknown. And ultimately, I kind of think I think that's why Tara didn't come, because
we weren't structured enough. She likes to plan.
I know. And we weren't structured.
I get that.
That's
I
a
really
good word.
do get that. Yeah.
So we'll get into that. But let's go back to Chris and talk about this relationship, because I'm wearing something right now, Erica. For those not watching, what am I wearing?
You have our brand new Boston Marathon media jacket on, which I was like, have you taken that off yet?
Yeah.
Have you been wearing it this whole time?
I haven't worn it at all since. It's been hanging in the closet, and then when I was grabbing clothes, I'm like, I'm gonna throw it in my bag and wear it on this podcast. So
that thing is sick.
When am I allowed to wear this? Can I wear this anywhere? Can I wear it only around major marathons? Can I wear it going out to dinner?
That is the question. I mean, there are some people who wear their Boston jackets all the time. I am one of the people who will break mine out for one of the majors or Boston Marathon weekend just to be like, I fit in. I belong here, you guys.
Yeah.
But that's a media jacket. There are no
Right.
rules with a media
Right.
jacket.
I mean, and I got some looks from people walking by. They're looking at me in the jacket. They're like, who are you? Should
See?
I know who you
Yeah,
are?
hot
Are you
shit.
media? Yeah.
Mm.
So Chris is, runs the media team at the BAA. So let's go back to
We have to go way back
Way
to
back.
get into how this happened.
So like what's one thing you've been dying to do for years?
Everybody knows this by now. I've been dying to run Boston again. So
Again.
I went through the same kind of 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon that you did to get Meb to try to get a bib for Boston. And this was what, 2 years ago that I reached
It's 6 degrees, by the way. But yeah.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah. It was Jamie Staten.
Jamie Staten. Yep.
He
suggested that, like, hey, I think you might be able to reach out and get a bib. And I was like, oh, really?
He was the first one to tell us we were media.
I know.
Jamie goes, you
I
guys
never
are
felt like
media. And we're like, we're not media.
No.
We're podcasters. No, you're media. So if you don't remember Jamie, he worked at WMBR for over 30 years doing sports,
Mhm.
right? He's interviewed everybody from Dale Earnhardt to Boston Marathon champions, right?
Mhm.
So he said we're media, and he goes, Erica, if you really want to run, just apply for a media bib. So I think the process was you emailed Jamie, asked about it a little more.
Yep.
He says, well, you're already built a friendship with Dave McGilvery. Emailed
Mhm.
Dave.
Yep.
Walk me through the rest of the story, Erica, because this was you that landed us Chris Lotzbaum.
Yes. So I was just kind of feeling it out. I had no idea which avenue to go. So you are correct. I did email Jamie, and Jamie directed me to Dave McGilvery. And Dave was super nice about it. He's like, I would love to help you, but I don't handle those kind of things. And that's where I got Chris's name. So I was in touch with Chris. And by the time I actually reached out, it was probably like February. So
This is
very
before-
late in the game.
Yeah, this is before Boston last year.
Yes.
So Boston 2025. We're probably talking February 2025.
Yeah, yeah. So it was very late in the game, and Chris was very nice about it. And he said, hey, well, like, keep us in mind for next year.
He said,
And-
who are you? Who?
Basically. But at this point, I decided, like, I kind of kept Eric out of the loop for this just because I was feeling it out, seeing what happened. But then
Because
I
you knew
finally
what I was
forwarded
going to
him.
say.
Yeah, you don't want me to run. You want me to just be there. And I do want to be there, but I also want to run. I can't be in two places at once. But
Well, at the time, I want to build my own 19.2, which might
Mhm.
not be the case anymore.
See? So at that point, I forwarded Eric the email, and I think you reached out to Chris after that just to say, hey, I'm the other half of On the Runs, because that's how I had introduced myself, and you guys hit it off. You guys
Yeah.
had a lot in common.
So I went back, I found the first email because it's a big email thread right now. It was
Yeah.
April 30th of last year. So 1.5 weeks after the Boston Marathon. And I just said, hey, I just want to say hi. My co-host already introduced herself. I'm Eric, and I am not looking to run in the Boston Marathon like my co-host Erica is. I said, but I want to work with you. I want to tell you who we are. I want to
Mhm.
tell you that we're up and coming. We're growing. We might have a small following, but we put out a big game. I want to tell you everything. Could we please have a meeting? Could we please talk? I know nothing about him. So we set up a meeting. He's so nice. I learned that he's from New Hampshire. No, he's not, but he lives in New Hampshire. I learned that he's a huge NASCAR fan.
Mm.
Our 30-minute meeting started 30 minutes late because we just talked about everything we had in common.
Uh-huh.
And it wasn't a bad thing that we went late, and we probably talked for an hour and 10 minutes, right? It was such a good conversation, and we left it off with, he first said, are you around for the BAA 10K? And I was not. You were running it though. So
Yes.
we knew that you were going to go meet him in person and say hi, which you were a little uncomfortable doing because you didn't know him and I wasn't
Well,
there.
Well, thanks to Allie G. She
Thank
was
you,
like,
Allie
hey,
G.
I already met him. Like,
Right.
she introduced, and then she was like, oh, he's right there. And so
Yeah.
she kind of pointed him out, and I gave him some of our stickers and our card and stuff
Right.
like that, and made the connection in person.
Right. So I had this meeting with him, and we just said, outside of you meeting him at the 10K, he and I will reconnect after Labor Day. And we did exactly that. And we had 2 more meetings. One meeting was just okay. One meeting was just okay. He kind of told me what his mission and his goals are, and I came up with a plan to help him achieve them. So essentially, there's 35,000 runners.
Mm-hmm.
There's 35,000 stories. There's not enough outlets to get them. And so I came up with this whole plan. I made a proposal. I said, here's what I want to do. I want to give you the ability to have 1, 2, 3, or 4 of people you want to come on our podcast or Boston Weeks. And we will have them on, we'll host them. What am I looking in for return? I'm just looking to help expand my network, to help grow. What can the BAA do? Can they share the episodes? Can they give us a
Just
bid to the 5K to give away? Exactly, get more eyes. And so he's like, well, let me look into that. Let me see what I can do. Let me talk to their team, see what they can do. We had a follow-up meeting. And at this time, thank God for John Mortimer believing and trusting us. And hold on, let me say that again. And at this time, we just started doing the live shows for Millennium. Thank God for John Mortimer believing in us and our ability to do it. Because at the first meeting, we never did that. And then I was so excited to tell him about it. And I sent Chris YouTube videos. And Chris goes, this is the meeting you made, by the way. You've only made one of these meetings. I was like, I forced you to be there.
I had to miss work for that.
You're like, well, I have work. I'm like, yeah, but your work doesn't care about you. They'll leave you. They'll leave you in a ditch somewhere on the side of the road. You never know.
Say that. I love my work.
Anywho,
go ahead.
It came to be true. We had this meeting, and he goes, "Would you want to do anything like that for us?" Instant yes.
Yup.
How do you want us to do it? Do you need us to supply everything? Do you need, what do you need? We can do it. Where do you want to do it? We'll do it anywhere you want, wherever you want. Yes. He says, let me get back to you. Christmas comes and goes. New Year's comes and goes. Couple weeks go by. Typically, I would wait about a month to respond, but this was about 6 weeks because the holidays and everything. I really don't want to bother them too much. I'm about to email them, and then he sends me an email. Hey, I just want to say hi. I haven't forgotten about you. We have a meeting in about 2 weeks. You'll be hearing from us. We finally hear from Joe. Joe is like this guy who worked in TV production and stuff, and he told us the whole, hey, we're setting up, we're doing FanFest in City Hall Plaza. We have a show. What time slot do you want? I asked for all of them.
Can I have them all, please? Yeah. Can I have them all, please?
Yeah. He would only give me one. So he gave us, we took the Monday night time slot, but I told him I really want Saturday too, if it's possible. A couple weeks later, that happened. So I have these meetings. I have all these meetings without you. You don't make any of these meetings. You will soon in the future
now.
because
Anywho,
you are in Myrtle Beach visiting your family. I just had another meeting with Joe, and I called you on the phone, like a FaceTime, so I could see your facial reaction. Your mom and your dad are in the room. Tara's in the room. And I told you what we're doing. What was your reaction? What was your response?
I don't remember exactly what, but I was like, oh shit, this is happening. I have to actually do this in front, perhaps an audience. We've done the live thing. It's not a big deal anymore. I mean, it is, but it's not. I'm not nervous. But with the prospect of actually putting on a show, I was like, oh dang. Oh no.
Not only that though, I told you about the potential of being a stage host.
The MC thing, which I've never done before.
And I remember this now very well. I said, are you ready to go outside your comfort zone.
Like, I guess. I'm not going to say no.
But you laughed because you said, we're just talking about this. There's TJ. He's on the TV again. You laughed because you're like, I was just talking about this. And you're like, I never expected any of this. Like, this is a little like, this isn't what you ever thought you would do or be comfortable. I forget. I'm
No.
paraphrasing. But you were kind of like, I don't know if I'm cut out for this. And then I call and say, are you ready to get more outside your comfort zone?
And I'm like, shit. Basically, I told you when, like, growing up, I was never good at public speaking.
I hated
ever.
it too. I
Yeah,
hated
and
it.
then I just try to slow myself down a little bit. I mean, unless it's like Meb or I don't know, somebody who's super famous who I
There's
love.
nothing
That's a
wrong
different
with
story.
fangirling, though. There's nothing wrong with that. Like,
Yeah,
I
but then the
love that
brain
you can
doesn't work, and I'm like, words. So
That is true. That is true. Yeah, I gotcha.
Mhm.
So all that led up to the Boston Marathon. So now we do all the planning. We have the Boston Weeks episodes with Troy and Jordan and Meb, Chris,
they go
Elena,
smashingly. Mm-hmm.
right, Trenny. So all this happens, and then Chris sends us an email around the time we scheduled for him and Elena to come on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, I really think you should apply for a media credential. Again, there's the term media that Jamie Staten said where we are.
Yeah.
We are media. And we're like, we are. We did not apply for that media credential until the day after we interviewed with Chris, because Chris goes again, did you guys do it? And we're like, no. He goes, I really think you should.
Yeah, he definitely was encouraging us like hard after we
Yeah.
spoke to him on the podcast, and we literally had, I think the deadline was the next day, and I was like, Eric, we need to do this, but
The deadline was midnight of the night we were recording with him, and he just says, do it tomorrow.
Mhm.
I know the guy who approves it.
Yeah, so we're like, thank God. Okay, we got a little bit of wiggle room here, but we spent so much time trying to figure out how to fill out those forms, and lo and behold, it took no time to get them approved. And
It wasn't
we were in.
like they were difficult forms, but it was like, what do we call ourselves?
We've never done, like,
What
are
do
we internet? Are we radio? Podcast wasn't a thing that we could
Yeah.
actually select. We're like,
And
I don't know.
then it asks for like, what areas do you want media access to?
Mhm.
And there are all these other rules or there's a lot of
There is
reading.
a lot of rules.
A
Yeah.
lot of reading. And we just said general access. And then he gave us access to the hotel,
Mhm.
and he gave us access to the photo bridge.
Yes.
All these we did not use, and that was disappointing. And when we got to finally meet Chris at the very end of the whole thing,
Monday night. Yeah.
I almost felt like Chris was like really excited to be like, did you go to the photo bridge? Did you do this? Did you do that? And
Come on, guys, I set you up.
we're like, we did nothing. But I mean, we did a lot of cool things.
Mhm.
And because opportunities were there, we just didn't get to walk around and explore. So Chris gets us the media credential. Now we have our schedule. We know we're on Saturday at 6 and Monday at 6.
Mhm.
Here's how my brain works. I need to get somewhere early. I need to see the layout. I need to, I was not stressed. I was not nervous. I was fully confident in our ability to put on a fantastic show, but I had a little anxiety over, where is this? How do I tell everyone else to get there to be there on time? What is the setup? What do I need to bring, if anything at all, like a camera, a tripod? Where will I be able to put it? So I went there on Friday. I went to Boston. I went to the hotel. Well, actually, first, I tried a couple times, including Thursday night, as I know you no longer have a job soon, to get you to play hooky or to call in or to just say, hey, boss, guess what? You don't need me in a couple weeks. I don't need you on Friday. I'm going to Boston to get my media cred. And you wouldn't do it.
I had so much stuff to do. If I don't even want to get into it right now, but the amount of like stuff I've had to do while like not having actual work to do has been like astronomical. So
But
I could not take a day.
but 1 week later, I call you on a Friday to talk about whatever, and I go, "Are you on your way to work?" And what did you say?
I don't even remember.
You said, "No, I just got out of bed. I don't care anymore."
Oh, you call me at 8:30. I usually roll in around 9. I'm like,
I feel like it
I
was like
still
10
went to work.
o'clock.
No, it was like 8:30.
All right. But I was like, what, you don't care anymore 1 week later when I really want you in Boston? So let me, play by play my Friday.
Sure.
I drive to Sullivan Station. Darren, DJ Darren Roy was supposed to come with me. He didn't come.
Oh, I don't even know if I knew that.
It worked out for the best because I didn't have to like.
You could
pick
do your own thing.
Exactly. I could do my own thing. I go to the hotel, the Fairmont in Copley.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. You wouldn't know it from the outside. I don't understand sometimes, like walking by, I wouldn't know that's like a really fancy hotel. You walk in, wow, I don't belong in here. I belong at the courtyard.
We're courtyard people, not Fairmont people.
The ceilings. I saw Dave McGilvery talking to someone. I didn't bother him. I walk up to someone. I say, "Where do I find the area for media credentials?" And this one woman's like, "I'm walking there right now. I'll take you down." She works for the BAA, but she doesn't live in the area. Like maybe it was Florida or something, and she flies up for the race. So she walks me to this room, and she's talking to me about, this is where you're going to go here. And she just leads me in. I walk over to this table. There's a bunch of interns. And I say, "Hi, I'm Eric. I'm here to get my media credential." They get me a media credential. And then they say to me, "What's your jacket size?" I'm like,
Excuse me?
get a jacket.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an XL because I want it before they realize that maybe they're giving it to the wrong person and want to take it.
Oh, man.
And then I grabbed your credential and your jacket, which I did not want to do. I was really hoping they would tell me, no, that you have to get it yourself, because that would have forced you to do it.
Oh, of course I would have done it. Absolutely.
But I want, like, the fact I got it, you're like, well, that's one less thing I have to do.
Well, I was still expecting we were going to go there anyways for one thing or another. And
that's my fault.
So it was going to be fine. I would have figured it out.
So the next thing I want to do is I want to go to the expo. I get a notification on my phone. You have a meeting in 15 minutes. I'm like, I do? I took the day off.
How rude.
I'm on FTO. And the meeting notification came from my boss's boss. And I'm like, I'm not taking this meeting. I'm not doing it. I looked at my email. The meeting invite came in a minute ago. So it was like this last minute meeting. I'm like, I'm not taking this. I don't have to take it. I'm walking to the expo. I get a text after like 5 minutes when the meeting was supposed to start. It's like, "Hey, Eric, I hope you can take a meeting. Last minute invite, should only take 15 minutes. I'm like, okay, I just saw it. I'll jump in right now. Not a big deal. The meeting went an hour and 5 minutes.
An hour and 5 minutes later.
Yes. Unreal. Now, he needed me. We'll put it that way. He was trying to accomplish something. He couldn't figure it out without me. So I was a hero for a moment. Will that reflect in my paycheck one day? Probably not. But I missed the expo. I was going to go purposely and talk to Ashley Paulson because we were trying to get her to come to the live show. But I did not miss my chance to go to the FanFest. I went down there to City Hall Plaza. I called Joe. I met Joe. I got to meet the whole team. I got to meet Adam. I got to meet Devin, our sound guy. Got the layout. I sent you pictures. I think I talked to you on the way home. I was so excited leaving. I'm like, we're going to crush this. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait What were your thoughts? Like when I sent you those photos, I'm doing all the talking here. I need a little more from you. My voice is terrible, guys. I know, I'm sorry. But what were your thoughts? Like I sent the photos. How are you feeling? Are you excited? Are you nervous? Are you like the anticipation? Or you're just like, Eric, what time are we leaving? Will you please give me a fucking answer?
A little of everything. Let's just back up to when you called me and you were like, hey, we get a jacket. And I was like, what?
Oh yeah.
And I was super
What's your
pumped about
size?
that. So, yeah. And I was like, I don't know. And I kind of wung it, but it fits. Yeah. So I'm all good. But yeah, you sent those pictures and just looking at the setup was so top notch. It had everything. Like we were on a slightly raised stage. They had benches
That was
set up
cool.
in front for people to sit and watch.
Yes.
We had a big table with 4 mics on it with 4 chairs, so we could have like a couple of guests at a time, which was awesome.
Yes.
Then they upped it with the ambiance. Let me just tell you, they
There's
set up like
plants,
a
lighting.
yes. They even had a rug, and then the backdrop with the FanFest and the BAA logos. Everything
Yeah.
was just a dream.
It looked beautiful. It
Mhm.
was, I mean, and the whole entire Devin with the whole entire sound setup, the
Shout
PA
out
speakers
Devin.
too.
He
yeah.
was awesome. Thank you for taking care of us this whole weekend, man.
Right. Right. It
Fantastic.
was all of them. It was incredible. So
Mhm.
Saturday is the big day. I was getting a little nervous. I was honestly like, I knew we were responsible to be stage host and
Mhm.
we didn't really know what we're going to do, but I was getting a little nervous. I was getting a little rushed. Like I had to bring the kids to my mom's, then I had to go meet you. We originally wanted to like go see Ashley Paulson break the 100-mile record on a treadmill.
Which he did.
And I think we're going to meet at like 12:30. And I'm just like, I'm not going to make it. Like I still got to go to Staples and pick up the printed show notes we made. I still have to get the kids here. I have to go get food for the kids to bring them to my mom. At one point, I just made the decision, we're not going to make the expo. Let's just meet at 2:30.
Mhm. And I absolutely could have gone in early. I really didn't have any plans, but you know the city, you know the subways so much better than me. And if it was just going to be me by myself, I really didn't want to trek into the city alone. So I was like, sure, this is what we're doing. I'm cool with it.
I was relieved and disappointed at the same time because I
get
knew
that.
we weren't going in on Sunday. This isn't like you travel to a race and you get to take it all in because you're in town for the race.
Don't have to travel for a race.
This is your hometown race. I still have home responsibilities. I still got kids to take care of and do all this. I'm actually paying babysitters and all that. Or, you know, it's harder that it's a home race versus like New York when I traveled there and just got to take it all in. So that kind of, there's so much left that I wanted to do. And a lot of it was just, I wanted to go and get our face out there, which we really did do.
Yeah.
I just wanted to go to the pop-ups like and walk around, meet people, hand things out. I guess in place of that, what we did was pretty epic.
It really was. I'm glad I let you kind of do the driving because I am not super quick on my feet when it comes to like hyping up a crowd. I've never done that before. That's totally new territory. So I let you. I mean, this is our dynamic on the podcast. You kind of take over and I'll chime in. And I was just helping interview some of the runners that we came across. Like I'm holding a mic in front of people's faces.
Well, you're jumping ahead. You're jumping ahead though. You're jumping ahead. Let's paint the picture here. Well, we get into Boston for 2:30, 3 o'clock, and we didn't have to rush. And it just made it feel so good that we weren't rushing anymore.
And it gave us some time to do recon too, like figure out where things were and what was going on and all the tents at FanFest.
So they wanted us there at 4, and the band was going to be off stage around 4:15 or 4:30 or something like that. Whatever it was, there was an hour and a half time gap between bands, and they needed a stage host. They needed someone with a microphone to walk around. So when we showed up at 4, or maybe it was 3 o'clock when we showed up, like an hour before they wanted us there, we got like a script of what they want us to do, not like a written script. shout out to Scott though, who did give me one that he printed for himself.
It had our names on it.
It did actually. It had like one thing for us to say, but they wanted us to talk and tell people where to go. Go to the cafe, go to the beer, go to the food court, go to the Bank of America tent, go to the Sharks tent, whatever, the Adidas pop-up. So you and I walked around and we took notes on our phone, like go to Bank of America and play ring toss.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the Sharks tent and try on headphones. Go to the Adidas tent to get everything you could get at the expo without having to go to the expo.
Yep.
We did our research, our recon, just like that. And then they hand us 2 wireless microphones. And we're kind of like, holy cow, we're doing this. Yeah.
Well, that was mostly me. I mean, you played cool, man. I believe it.
We did it just like a podcast, though. I just had to say loud with energy, what's up, everybody? How you doing? My name is Eric. I'm from the On the Runs podcast, and I'm here with my I didn't say kick ass, but I'm here with my I did on the actual episode.
You didn't today, by the way. You've left out the kick ass part, and I noticed.
Well, I'm sorry, but I don't want to get kicked out of the hotel.
Fair enough.
We just started talking. And we left it at like maybe 40 seconds and we introduced ourselves. This is who we are. We have t-shirts to give away. Some are autographed. Do you want one? Here's what you got to do. You got to come talk to us.
Mm-hmm.
And we said, we'll be back to talk soon. And when we stopped talking, some guy with the soundboard like turned up the music.
Mm-hmm.
We had our first guest. Do you remember who our first guest was?
The first guest? That wasn't Jess, was it?
Nope.
I don't remember who the first guest was. Was she from Dick's Sporting Goods? Was she?
Nope.
No, she was like the second guest.
That was Liz. She was fantastic.
Yeah. I don't remember who the first one was.
If I had my soundboard, I'd play some Pitbull right now. Fireball.
Oh, it was Steve. Duh. So we kind of had Steve. He was around all weekend. Thank you, Steve. He was a plant, I guess you could say, just so we could kind of start things off, get people to come engage with us. And we were just like, hey, what are you doing? Are you running this weekend? No.
Right.
No, what are you doing? And like just kept asking him questions like that. And
you used a good word though, plant. Like, yeah, I said, hey, we're gonna interview you to like figure it out. And also to like kind of have other people know what we want to do. So we kind of did like a little mini one-on-ones with people from the crowd, just like we would on the podcast. Hey, what's your name? Where are you from? Where are you coming from? What are you doing? We probably talked to 8 or 9 people. Steve was one of them. Jess, we talked to Jess. She was incredible. She got the shirt. A few times
over the weekend.
Right. Yeah. We would pull Liz from the Dick's Sporting Goods. So instead of us saying, go to Dick's Sporting Goods or go to Adidas, we went over there and got someone from their tent to interview.
Yeah.
And I even think you met somebody. Maybe he liked you. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. We'll let the people judge. But you're Adidas guy. You're Adidas guy, you know.
I feel like the Adidas rep definitely took pity on me. I don't know if he liked me, but so it was very cold on Saturday and I was not really prepared. I had like a long sleeve shirt, the media jacket, which is very thin. It's just like a light windbreaker. And then I had just a regular pair of leggings, not insulated or anything. I was frozen solid just standing outside. So I had run over to the Adidas tent before we had him on. And I was just looking, I was going to buy a sweatshirt. I was going to say, screw it. And they didn't have my size in the women's sweatshirt. So I came back. Then we talked to the rep and then I was like, I should go check the men's sweatshirts. So I go run over. I follow, I'm spacing on his name right now, but I follow him like into the tent. I find a men's sweatshirt in my size and then I go to check out and he goes, oh, hang on. And he runs over and he gave me his employee discount to get a sweatshirt so I wouldn't freeze to death.
This is right after I bought this hat for full price. I got this hat for full price. And he hooked you up. So, yeah, we got these people to come on and chat. And I really think we crushed it for never doing this and being pretty nervous.
Yeah.
I think we not only just like did it well, I think we crushed it. We flowed. We were a good yin and yang. we came up with a system, like you held the mic in front, which
Mhm.
if I could go back, I didn't like how
Probably should
you
have just given them the mic. But then
right.
half the time they wouldn't even hold it up to their mouths anyways.
Yeah. But I just felt weird kind of standing there. I felt like Ricky Bobby. What am I supposed to do with my hands while you're holding the mic in front of the guests? Maybe I felt too far away at times. I would try to look at the crowd when I was talking, but it
Mhm.
was so much fun. We were doing this from like crowd level, by the way. We weren't on the
Yeah.
stage, but we
On the
did have to go on the stage. And this is what maybe you were the most excited for. But we got to introduce the band. And watching the video, I keep replaying it in my mind. I'm like, why didn't we walk out to the middle of the stage? Like, we kind of walked and hid in the corner of the stage.
I
Like-
feel like we didn't want to get in the way of the band, and we
Yeah.
wanted to make the quick exit. So
Yeah.
we were primed
But
for that.
not only that, so I go one more time. What's up, everybody? You ready to have a good time? We got an amazing band for you today. Couple more things before we do. Don't forget to get food
Go
at
get
the
a Sam
cafe and at this
Adams.
place. Right, get a beer. Go over to this place. Thank you to Dick's Sporting Goods. Thank you to whoever. And Erica, who's everyone going to get to rock out to today? And instantly, as you said that, I make a beeline for the exit.
Yep, you did.
Before you even get to say the words, I'm going to let you say in a minute. But I'm like, why did I make a beeline to why didn't I wait to see you say it? I was just like, who do they get to see today? And I walked away. I just walked away.
Your part was done. He's washing his hands of this whole like MC
Yeah.
thing. But
What am
I got to
doing?
yell, like you gave me the mic and I just go, let's give it up for Booty Vortex. Best
So
name
cool.
ever. So excited.
cool. They were really
That was
good
a highlight.
too. They were so
They
good.
were.
That
They
was-
were like funk.
Yeah.
We made it in their reel, by the way, which is
Yeah,
super
that's
cool.
what I was
think I
gonna say.
reposted it.
right.
I'm gonna
Like they had
love that
that
forever.
they had a couple of content people, camera people walk around, and yeah, they were so good. And we made it in their reel. It was so cool. They
We
were
made
so
it on the
good.
news. We made it on WMUR on Saturday.
We met Kelly and
Forgot about
and
that.
Adon.
Mm-hmm.
They were so cool. Kelly wanted us to go on the news, and we were going to go on the news, but we were just a little too busy. And then
Yeah.
by the time we were done with our stage hosting, we went straight to the podcast stage to set up and get ready. And we had 90 minutes to fill. We did not have to fill all 90 minutes. But if you remember, like, this was pretty well planned out. We made 4 pages of notes. 2 of those were like fun facts and trivia.
In case
And
we
the-
had to fill.
Right. And the other notes were of people who we thought might come. So this was stressful. We knew Beard was going to come with a friend from the Bulldogs.
Yes.
And we knew Dan Foley was going to come. And that was it. Allie G was a hopeful. There were other hopefuls. Justin Mary was a hopeful. Amber was a hopeful. Ashley Paulson was a hopeful.
Ashley. Mm.
All these people said we're going to try to make it. But no guarantees. And that was tough because it's like it has to be between these times. It's not like on the podcast. Are you available on Monday? No. How about Tuesday? I was very nervous that we would have a big time gap in between. So we prepped all these notes.
Oh, yeah.
But what happened so beautifully was we had Beard and Conan on. And oh my God, Conan's story, by the way.
I know. We actually could have talked to him for a lot longer. So it kind of worked out that
Right.
we got to hear all about him. Like it was not his origin story. You know what I mean? Like he had his own
Mhm.
episode, basically. Like it
Well,
was just getting to know him and learning
We're
about
going to
how
bring him back for him
Yeah.
and Megan to have a
Please.
couples one, but
Yeah. like getting to
unreal.
know how the Bulldogs helped him, and it was an incredible story.
But that day was his daughter's 18th birthday, who he hasn't seen since she was 3.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
And he shared that with us. And you're such a good listener, and you know what to say sometimes in those moments. And because I'm not good at it, I'm not good at saying thank you so much for sharing that. I can't do it like you. You have a deeper sense of like sympathy or a connection, emotional empathy.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of word I'm trying
I
to
mean,
use.
so we've talked about this before, how you're always thinking a step ahead. I can't do that. I'm trying to focus on what they say so I can ask questions like right away.
Right.
But you're already thinking like, where can I go from here? Where do
Right.
we need to go from here? So you're really good at that part. I'm good at this. I like to think I'm good at this part.
You're so good at it, because when he said it, I was like, oh shit, where do I go from here?
That's
What do
yeah,
I
that was
say?
not an easy thing for him to share
Right.
whatsoever, and it's deep.
And you nailed it.
Mm.
You nailed it. And then Jess came on. So Jess is one of the guests we had on as a stage host.
Mhm.
She walked over to watch, and we're like, Jess, you're here. You need to come on the pod and talk. Remember, she's from Chile.
Uh-huh.
And then we just had other people come on. And Saturday was a success, even though it was very cold and it was getting dark. And I could tell the only people there listening was a few of our friends, Jess, Aaron, Steve, Mr. 305,
Mhm.
the other Jess from Chile.
And her family from Utah. Mhm.
And I see Joe, who's like the production lead on all this,
Mhm.
standing there smiling, enjoying the show. Like, I'm like, he likes it. And he probably wants to get out of here, but it looks like he's enjoying the show. And I just was like, this is awesome.
Mhm.
We have 6 people here, and they're all really enjoying the show. And hundreds of more will get to listen to it later. And we're putting on an experience and showing others what we can do in a live setting. We're recording it. We're getting video content so they can watch it on YouTube. They've
Mm.
gotten a lot of watches for like what we typically get. And what a high. I left on such a high note. We went to the bar to celebrate with Jess and Steve and Aaron. What a night Saturday was. And that's not even the best night of the whole week.
It was such a success. And let me just drop this. So when we talked to Jess, her name is Jess Colby. I was able on stage to give her some My Race tats
Yes.
because Dawn sent us like a package to give them out during the marathon. So I tried to give them
Yeah.
out to all of the guests that we had. And then I'm going to give a little spoiler. When we saw her at mile 19.2 on Monday, she was decked out. And I was so
Yes.
happy to see her. She had the beautiful freckles, the sparkle freckles on her face. She had like the Run Boston tattoo on her arm. I was like, you are the most fun. I'm
Yeah.
so glad we met. And that was like a highlight of my week.
And one of the best compliments we got was from her husband at the very end of the whole entire week, was just
Mhm.
saying, you made this so special for her.
Mhm.
That was
That
such a
makes
nice
me want to
compliment.
cry because that's all I want to do. Like
Yeah.
this is so special for us. And if we can make it special for somebody else too, like that is
Right.
the goal. That is the ultimate goal.
So that's Saturday. What a day. What
So
an
much fun.
experience.
Yep. Long
Um,
day. I was so exhausted after that. That wasn't
And-
even the longest day.
I know, but it was just so successful. Like, we really, if that was it, if there was no more live shows, I would have been like, this is incredible. But I
Mhm.
knew we had the opportunity to do it again. And I was so couldn't wait for the post race one, because we knew there was going to be people. We knew there was going to be a crowd. We knew we had people coming, finishers. And I knew like we would have help getting others to come. But
Yes. Hold on. One thought.
yeah,
Okay. So we had Dan Foley on. And
Dan and Ali G.
yes, he had announced that he's hoping to get the rest of the majors done, and he's hoping for London 2027.
This is good.
Oh my God. If this works, I will like flip out. So, all
Well-
right. The
well,
backstory.
Yeah.
He's talking about he wants London 2027 to be his 6th star. It would be his 50th marathon, and he just wants to keep raising money for Team Skinny Pig because, of course, you do. And we were like, okay, Abbott, staring at you in the.
I
in
looked right at the camera.
Abbott.
I looked
Abbott.
right at it.
And you clipped it. Like I said, I'm like, we're going to clip this. And you did. And then Abbott's like, we were summoned.
Uh-huh.
Please send us an email.
Yes.
If this works and Dan gets that bib, I will just like this is how you use the internet for good.
I mean, if this works and Dan gets a bib for it, incredible. But if it works even more and they say, hey, you didn't just say Dan, you said Dan on the runs, Team Skinny
Allie G.
Pig,
Allie G.
Ali G. Like,
Let's go to London.
Let's fucking go.
Yes, but I mostly want Dan to get it because that would be incredible. And how could you say no for
I
like that
know.
would be such a special race. So
So
thank you, Abbott? Question
So
mark? Please?
we've been talking.
Have you?
Let's talk about Monday. Sunday, nothing happened.
Yes. Sunday, I had to work because
What?
that is my
Oh
life.
my God.
I took Monday off. I had taken Monday off a long
Again,
time
they
ago,
don't
so-
care about. They're going to kick you to the curb.
Don't
but you're
say
going in
this.
on the
You don't even
weekend.
know. You don't
Oh
even
my
know.
God. So, why don't you talk about Monday and our cheer section, because I've been talking a lot
Ugh.
and I'm tired.
I am obsessed with Mile 19.2, our cheer station. And
She says that now.
no, I said this before too. So when we were going into the city for the weekend, I was like, Eric, this is a lot. Coming down to Mass, like it may not seem like a lot, but it is a lot of time. Like you're in the car, it's a lot of prep. So we had all of Saturday, and I was like, hey, maybe next year we can just pick one day, not
No,
both
you
days.
said Saturday.
Yes, I wanted to do Saturday because I want to be at Mile 19.2. I
So
just thought the logistics would be a little tricky to get from Newton to the FanFest again,
So
or Mile 27.
So you text me and you said, next year, let's not do the Monday show. Let's just do the Saturday show.
Yes, that was my initial thought, okay?
What was my response?
No. You literally flat out just said no. But
no.
So
not a
that's-
chance.
That's setting
Never.
setting
We
it up.
always do the post-race show.
But now, I know this is a spoiler again. We had a great time and everything went well. And I understand why we would want to keep doing it. But I do have a deep love for cheering on the runners. That is a highlight of my day. So I would like, if we're going to keep doing it, we have to do both. We have to do.
Well, if we're going to keep doing it, you have to be there. And you keep trying not to be there.
I want to run. God damn it.
So talk about Mile 19.2. Talk about our day.
Yes. So we met up at, I think it was like 8:45 in the morning at our usual spot at the Nashville Mall. We had Jay Duncan show up, Ian Marsh showed up, Lindsay showed up, and then me and you. And we were like, all right, we got to figure out how best to do this, because you were going to drive us all, like whoever was coming to the Mile 27, you were going to drive us. And
Mile
so we
27 was the post-race party. That's what they
and
called
then
it,
there
Mile
were
27.
There we go. And then there were some people who didn't want to come to the after festivities. So we took a few cars. I drove down with Jay, and we all just met at Newton as per usual. But we had a great crowd this year. I mean, I think there were a few less people, but we still
Last year was the most epic. Last year we had it the
honestly was
most.
so good. Well, we had the best weather, and also
Yeah.
Patrick.
We also had Tara Pterodactyl last year.
Yes, we did.
Who, again, we're just going to blame us for not being organized or structured. She didn't come to anything. Not one thing.
She had shit to do. Work, see? Work is important.
I can still be disappointed.
I know you can. But let me try to remember who went. So we had
Not
Renee
mad.
and Amanda.
Just
Yes.
disappointed.
I get that all the time, you guys. Tara, don't listen to him. All right. So Renee and Amanda showed up again. I mentioned Ian, Jay, Lindsay, Kat Brown, and Carter, her husband, showed
Yeah,
up.
he was cool. I like
Yep.
him.
And then we had some late additions after they volunteered. We had
The
Candace,
best.
Jen, and Lynn.
Yeah.
And I have all these videos. Like I did my fair share of content creation this weekend with my
You
camera.
did great.
And I had this one video where I'm like getting one of our runners. I think it was Dave. Was it Dave who went by? But then I flipped the camera
Yeah.
around, and then because somebody tapped me, and you capture it, we're all like, "Oh my god, it's like Candace and Jen and Lynn!" And so we were all freaking out, giving hugs, and they just they had pom poms and just were having a blast. So they rounded out this year's awesome crew of people.
It was great. I realized I was starting to lose my voice, so I shut up for a while.
Mm.
I have been building up Mile 19.2 for a long time,
Mhm.
and I am not saying it's over. but I'm not guaranteeing you guys it's going to happen next year. We were invited to go to a few places. They're pretty cool. We did not go. We said we're committed to 19.2. We also have media credentials, and I really want to take advantage of these and get to go to cool spots that not everyone gets to go to. But guys, I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for you. I want to take you with me, take you in the stories, build the content, like just show you what it's like. I want to experience it and still cheer, just maybe from a photo tower, maybe from stories above the finish line in a sweet condo in Boylston.
Honestly, if we could swing that, I can cheer from up there.
We can swing that. We were given an invitation. Have you ever heard of Jordan's Furniture? I can't think of his first name.
Elliot.
It wasn't Elliot who invited us, but it was to Elliot's place.
Oh man.
And I want to take advantage of these media credentials. I want to see things not just on Monday, but throughout the whole weekend. We've been doing this for 3-4 years now. We've never gone to the expo. Why have we never gone to the expo? Why have we never taken advantage of this? I know some people say the expo is not as good as what it used to be. It's about meeting people. That's what it's about for us. If you run in the Boston Marathon, there will be no 19.2. I'll try to volunteer, and then I'll try to take in the finish line, do some other things, take people with me. Hopefully, Pterodactyl.
Hey,
if she comes, but
totally allow it if I run. I don't care what you do, but I hope some people would still want to cheer at mile 19.2. I want to have that as a legacy.
Well, see, this is hard because I feel like I was the only one pushing for this a couple years ago and building it. And you're just like, now we've completely flip-flopped.
Because I have so much fun. It really is so much fun just screaming your head off, which probably was not the best idea knowing I had to podcast later because I did lose my voice a little bit.
Yeah.
Plus, it's such a busy day. Like you want to make sure that you see all of your friends and you forget to eat. Like I forget to drink.
Yeah.
I'm not taking care of myself. Like I'm handing out waters and Cokes to our friends, and I'm like, oh, I haven't had a sip of water all morning. Yeah.
I enjoyed this year because it was a little less than last year. Less people to entertain, less people to talk to. We could just kind of focus on cheering.
Oh, I forgot Rachel. Rachel came, by the way.
Rachel.
Too. Sorry, Rachel.
But I don't like the fact that I felt like maybe I just was feeling rushed in my mind. You kept pushing, like, can we leave a little later? Can we leave a little later? I really want to say so-and-so. I had
the list going on my phone and I was like, we have like 3 left, man. Can we make it?
But it's not about the 3. It could be 10. It could be 12. It was about the time.
Yeah.
And I don't want to feel, I would love to go there, cheer for a little bit and then go cheer somewhere else. I don't know. Maybe I'll change my opinion on this, but I left mile 19.2 feeling like I'm okay if we don't go back for a couple years and then bring it back to life. We'll see. Like if you're not running next year, if you're cheering, I do say we go back to mile 19.2, but do we have to go all day? Do we have to commit to being there till 4:00? Could we go to the finish line later? Like, could we hop around? I would like to maybe do that.
Could.
Yeah. So couple cool people we ran into and got to see. And I will talk about one first where I froze, and then you can talk about the one Candace got.
Yes.
But I saw Emma Bates, and I froze. I saw her post on her story the day before where she'll be, and I'm like, she'll be at 19. And she's posting what she'll wear. It's this like green jumpsuit, and I'm like, that's her. Walked by with her husband. She looked at me dead in the eyes, but it was like the look of, who are you? You're wearing a media jacket.
Oh.
It was that kind of look.
Okay.
She then walked by you and Jay later, and Jay was like, is that really her? Because what did Jay say?
She goes, is she really that pretty? And I go, yeah, she's really that pretty.
She was gorgeous.
She really is.
Guys, she was gorgeous.
She is a lot shorter than I thought she was. Like she's all legs, and I thought
didn't
she was
that
taller.
short.
I was taller than her. I had her by a good probably 3, 4, 5 inches.
But you're ginormous.
I know. I thought she was tall.
I thought she was
ginormous.
one of you. That's what you said. You called yourself ginormous. You've called yourself that on this podcast
thought
before.
She was one of you.
How
I'm
tall
enormous
is Emma Bates?
Compared to my friends.
Oh, you're right. Emma Bates is 5'4". Is that tall or short for a girl?
I mean, that's kind of on the short side. I mean,
Okay.
it's not super short, but I would say 5'6" is average. So she's a little bit under.
Okay. July birthday, by the way. Shout out to all those
July what?
birthdays. July 8th.
Oh.
Guess the year.
Oh, God, she's probably like 30, if that.
92. So that would put her 02, 12, 22. She's 24.
34?
34. 24, 34. I'm sure
Same.
if Emma was listening, she'd be like, I'll take 24.
Mm-hmm.
So I froze. And then I
Yeah.
was like, when you
But I
came
didn't
back.
say anything either.
Yeah. But when you came back, I was like, let's go find her. And we couldn't find her.
Yeah.
That was sad. But
Hey, we tried. It would have been cool, but
we did
well.
see one incredible person. All thanks to Candace.
I think I had a part in it too. I was yelling at him. Anyways, Tommy Rivs. If you don't know Tommy Rivs, you need to look up his story because he is an incredible survivor of this. Like, I don't even know what kind of cancer, but he was like on the brink of death, and he came back, and he is just so inspiring to just keep moving. Like that's his thing. Like you are getting out there, you are moving. It counts. He's a huge proponent of that. And so he was all the way across the street and we're yelling like, Rivs, Tommy Rivs. And he actually like looks, checks out, like making sure he's not going to get in anybody's way. And he comes over to us and we're all like, oh my God, he's coming. Oh my God. So we're starting to flip out. I get a high five and then everybody else gives hugs. I should have gotten a hug, but
I got a
was just
hug.
Like, it felt weird. I mean, I got the high five and then I'm trying to like get content with my camera, but he's getting selfies. He took your phone and got selfies. Then Jen got a selfie with him. I'm like, this is the coolest thing ever. Like we're just in a selfie with Tommy.
This was all Candace. And I think the pom-poms played a huge role.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. To get like the attention. I couldn't believe it when he started walking. I think there's a video you hear me saying something like, oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my, it's happening. It's happening. It's happening.
So in the reel I put together, I have just a tiny clip of him coming over, giving hugs and stuff. And then I have one clip afterwards where everybody's like freaking out.
Yeah.
And I was like, life made.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
Unreal.
He's
And
such an
he was
inspiration,
so nice. He was so nice. He was so thankful. Thank you.
Why are you thanking us? We're thanking you.
I know. Oh my God, that was so cool.
I do. He's like a dream get to hopefully someday have on the pod. I just want to hear his story and
Tommy Rivs.
Yeah.
Come on the pod, buddy.
Uh,
Yeah. What a night or day. What a day. And then finally, you gave me the green light. Like, let's go.
Yes.
And you took forever to pack up. It's like you could have been packing up. Like I was preparing. I was like trying to get ready. You're like, well, I gotta go. I gotta go to the bathroom now. I gotta. But you could have been preparing yourself to leave. So when the last person comes, we walk out. Instead, then you're like, now I'm going to pack. Oh, I need to go to the bathroom.
So
I'm going to
it's
walk
better.
over to the far bathroom because it's cleaner.
Yeah,
like
because the other one was overflowing, I heard. Which
But
is
you could have
gross.
done all this while waiting for the last runner.
Sorry. The last runner, who was Justin DeFlamery, and well, he was our last runner, I should say. And he made us all laugh because he just runs by in his tri-suit and goes, I can't stop. I'm peeing right now.
Why was he wearing a triathlon suit, by the way?
That is a question for Justin.
Oh
I have
my
no
God.
idea.
Wow.
He's a character.
We got in the truck. We drove.
We had plenty of time, by
Yeah.
the way.
You
Mhm.
saw a car accident.
Oh God. Yeah. We had to drive. We drove on like 90, the Mass Pike to like go through Boston, which was pretty cool. You could see the runners like on the course, like towards Fenway. And yeah, we were going in the tunnel. And you said something about like you were reading the back of a truck and it was like left lane good, right side suicide or something.
Right,
Like
right.
knowing not to pass on those sides. And then I'm like, what are you talking about? And then literally I look to my left and somebody like rear ends another car.
Yeah,
like,
some truck
ooh,
rear-ended a car
Ooh, this is
in the
bad.
tunnel. Like,
Yeah.
why'd the car stop? I'm like,
There's just
oh
traffic
my
and
God. No,
you
there
don't
wasn't. No, the car was
Mm.
trying to. No, it was honestly.
something
I thought
dumb,
it was.
probably.
It was the car's fault in my mind because the car
Oh.
was trying to go from like the left to the right, and instead
Oh.
of staying with the flow of traffic, he like slowed down so much to let other cars pass so he could turn.
Oh,
That's what
see,
I
I
think he
didn't
was
see
doing.
that. I just literally saw
Like,
the collision.
Dude, you have to keep driving. You can't slow down that quickly to change lanes. It's just you're gonna get hit. So
Yeah.
of course, the truck driver who rear-ended him is going to be at fault.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever. We get to Sullivan Station. We take the T in
Yep, which
to
was
City
easy.
Hall Plaza. You questioned me though when I said we're going to get off at North Station, jump on the Green Line, and go one more stop. You're like, why? Why not get off at Haymarket? I'm like, trust me, Erica. Was I right or was I right?
You were right, because we literally walked out of the station and the entrance to City Hall Plaza was right there. But we didn't know if you could go in the other direction because there was a way you could go in through Haymarket, but we
Right.
think that they blocked it off.
Because this was a ticketed event now on
It was.
Monday. It
Yep.
wasn't like Saturday where you can walk in from any
we couldn't
direction.
use our credentials. No, we couldn't. Sadly.
Actually, I couldn't figure out
Did you try?
the ticket on my phone,
Yeah.
and I don't think it scanned. And he goes, "It's fine. I see you have media credential anyway." Because I
Okay.
was wearing mine.
Well, we got some comp tickets, which was very nice. But I didn't try it, man.
They're only
I didn't bring mine.
$5, but you still complain that they were charging people to go to the post race party.
That's a conversation for another time.
You were complaining about people having to pay $5 to go to a post race party.
Yes, you pay $5 to go to a post race party where they don't even have free food and beer for a $375 race. I think you should get some perks.
But that
You
party
don't even
doesn't
get
happen.
the jacket.
That party doesn't happen for free.
Anyways, doesn't matter.
$5. I could understand if you're bitching about $50. But at the time, it's $5 and you had a job.
$10 at the door.
It was $10 at the door. You're right. I that's a tough spot to have a post race party, by the way, because it's 1.6 miles away from the finish line in the expo. But they're trying to grow it into something big where a lot of people show up, and I think it was their biggest year.
I mean, I think so. It had a really good turnout.
Had a really good turnout. It really did. It's just I wish there was the spot to do it near the finish line.
That would be cool and more convenient. But then
Right.
you do run the risk of like going over capacity.
But sometimes having a smaller venue feel really full. You know,
It would have been cool for us if like people had no choice but
I
to
know.
come see our podcast.
Right. So we
Yeah.
get there. We had a couple beers. We had about an hour and a half to chill.
Mm-hmm.
There was another guy podcasting at the time. Because we had our time slot at 6 to 7. We saw Laura Green. Like, what
Mhm.
else did we do? We saw Jess.
Yep, Jess and Aaron showed up. We just got to cheer on Jess because she got a PR in Boston. This was a perfect weekend for runners. Like, I think the weather was ideal, and the Boston course record was broken. So, I mean, that just tells you how awesome it was.
Mhm.
But we also like got to hang out with Lindsay some more, and I mean, Pat Patriot.
Lindsay was clutch. Like I was really, I know I said it before. I was really counting on like Tara. Lindsay came in.
Oh, she did. She
And she-
she like ran down somebody because she saw him wearing a Yeti hat, thinking it was like my Yeti Trail Runners. It said Yeti Trail on it, but it was like a different hat. But he turned out to be an awesome person,
Yeah.
and he actually came back and talked on the pod with us.
So
As Matthias.
So let's talk about that. We get ready. There's a lot of people. I set up the camera when it's time to set up. We're on at 6, but I'm like, let's start early because
Mhm.
I wanted more than like an hour of a show.
Yeah.
Because right now we're an hour and 26 minutes into this recap. We said
I keep pointing at my watch. I'm
Right.
like, dude, it's almost 11 o'clock.
but you're not helping either. And I still have to edit this after. But we started a little early. It was fantastic. This one, I think it had a mix of like 50-50. People we've heard before on the podcast and new people. Now, if you're like, why do you keep bringing on Maurice? Why do you keep bringing on Jared? Or like, because we had Beard on Saturday. Why? Because we're familiar with them.
We have amazing
Their story, I think, is going to resonate with any new listener. It's also really helps us prep and prepare. We have people we know, and it makes us do a better job. Again, we are showing off to the BAA and to other people what we can do and what we're capable of, so we can do more of these in the future. And that's why sometimes, yes, we had Matthias and Alan were amazing, and Jess, who was amazing for first timers, but we brought people who we knew could deliver, like Maurice, who absolutely delivered with that one clip I posted.
Yes.
Cool. We're tired.
We are so tired. But the people
and this is
we
a
did
terrible recap. I'm sorry, guys, but
well, it's thorough. But yeah, the people we got to meet, so among them was Oliver, who is from Louisiana, and he was like an 18-year-old kid. Like, he's going off to college and he just goes and runs like a super fast Boston Marathon. And then we had Dylan and Anna, so Dylan got engaged right after he finished the marathon.
We need to find them.
What?
We need to find them.
Oh my God, I can't believe we didn't do a better job like getting Instagrams or whatever. But that's incredible. And then who else did we have? Yeah, Matthias. Oh, Matthias and his wife bought us beers and gave it to us on stage. I was like, no
so
way. We said it half jokingly, like, oh yeah, maybe we'll like go get us a beer. I forget what I even said, but they did. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe you actually did. Thank you so much. Like, you guys are awesome.
So I got a DM from somebody.
Oh yeah?
They wanted to know if you were drunk.
I was not drunk. I had one beer before. You had 2 beers.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm absolutely sure. Why? What did I do?
You were very excited and loud.
Well, hello. It was probably me trying to overcompensate for having no voice. Had to project.
It was awesome. I
was not drunk. I didn't even drink all my beer like while it was sitting in front of me.
We had just an incredible time. Some incredible people, guys, like
Devin. We forgot about Devin and
Devin
Chris.
Chris
getting her 6-star. Who knows Kayla and
that was so
all
cool.
The connections. Like,
that was so cool. Who else was there? Talk about them as I'm looking up the questions real quick.
So we had Jordan and Jared back on the pod. So shout out to Jared. He did Tough Ruck the day before Boston and won. He won, right? Overall, I think he won the whole thing.
I think so.
He won.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he goes and
or
just
he got
does
second.
a fun one of those. He podiumed, but yeah, he he ran Boston with Kelly from Fit Travel, and like they were just super fun. What else am I missing? I think I hit them all. No? Maurice.
We had a crowd too. Like Candace and Jen came.
And they were interactive. They were like
and
clapping
Lynn.
and
yeah.
Then we had like Sid and Kate on Allie G's side with her friends. And
you had Pat the Patriot. We had random people walking by, stopping and watching, and then they would leave, and then they would come back, or others, and people wanted to come on. It was so cool. I want to do more of that, guys. We're going to take the best content that we find from this. We're going to send it to New York Roadrunners. We're going to send it to Chicago and others and say, we want to do this. I am going to send it to Chicago because, and I'm going to say, my co-host is already there. If you're doing anything like this, I will fly out there in the morning. We'll do the show and I'll fly back that night. We'll make it happen. Getting our foot in the door. Okay, I got a
Would be
couple
super cool.
questions. Got a couple Q&A questions.
Sure.
All right.
Oh, I forgot you did that.
I know, and we're an hour and a half into this.
Yeah, Brandon's gonna kill me. It's
Well, you know,
11 o'clock.
your problem, not mine.
Oh, until Brandon's like, you can't record anymore.
You make your own rules. He doesn't make your rules. Here we go. That's staying in the pod.
Sure.
How did you get your media credentials? I think we covered that, right?
Yes, we covered that. Yeah.
Thank you to
in great detail.
Yeah. Thank you to Chris Lotzbaum. Thank you
Please.
so much.
Yeah. Please and thank you, Chris.
Here's a good one, Erica.
Sure.
Tell us about Eric's Twizzlers.
Oh my God, Eric, you do not know how to open a fucking bag. So the one thing Eric wanted, I asked him, I'm like, can I get you anything? I was going grocery shopping for the water and the Cokes, and that was pretty much it. Lindsay took care of the like fruit snacks and whatever for the runners. And he goes, I would like Twizzlers. So I went to the store checking it out. They did not have the regular bag. So I was like, all right, he deserves a big bag of Twizzlers. If you are familiar with the big bag of Twizzlers,
which I'm not.
But you, okay. Anyways, it has a nice little like pull tab and a zipper to reclose it. Well, Eric does not give a shit about that zipper.
I was not aware.
That is not true because you did it to my Twizzlers the last time and I yelled at you.
I did not know what I was being yelled at because I was distracted by two boys.
Clearly not paying
twins
attention.
running around.
Are you going to remember this now? Do we need to clip this and I'll send it to you every time?
I'm now
you
very
open a bag.
curious about this because even though I remember you yelling at me at Ghost Train about the Twizzlers, I don't remember
That's
why.
what it was. Ghost Train, where I was like, you ate my freaking Twizzler.
I thought it was just because I ate Twizzlers.
No,
I didn't know it was
you
because of the way I opened the
You
bag.
just ripped the whole side open, and I was like, it has a nice reclosable zipper.
Yeah, which thinking about it,
Well,
that's
you opened them up this
genius.
way again, and then you threw them in my backpack, and there's free floating Twizzlers all over the place. How'd they taste, Eric? There's probably
So-
dirt in there.
So good. They're so good.
So there we are, ladies and gentlemen.
Now that I know this is there on the bag, that's like genius.
it
It's so
literally
smart.
says that. Next time you look, it's
Well,
literally
I don't
on
read the
front.
bag. I just open the bag like you open a bag of chips and you just start eat. Like that was a good one. I knew you'd like
Oh
it.
my God. Was that Lindsay?
No.
Really? Oh, I'm shocked.
Highlight of the weekend.
Ooh.
Best story you heard. Best outfit seen.
Well, outfit hands down goes to Yuki. Although I did see on online somebody went as, this is very niche, Princess Donut from the Dungeon Crawler Carl series.
Okay.
And I was like so bummed because I would have yelled, "God damn it, Donut!" at her if I had known. So anyways.
There was
but
one-
Yuki.
Yeah, Yuki. Every year, if I was the only other outfit I remember is because a listener told me to look out for someone running in a corn on the
Corn on
cob
the cob.
outfit.
He made it in my video, I think.
And his
There
name
was
was
also
Derek, and we saw
few
him, and
bananas.
we yelled for Derek,
Mhm.
and he looked at us and waved or something.
Yeah.
Highlight,
Probably
I
Tommy
think-
Rivs and the podcasts.
and I'm gonna say the stage hosting because I really hope we do more stage hosting.
Booty Vortex.
Can I come and be with you guys next time? Of course you can.
Open invitation to all.
Yes. In fact, that person can even, stage host or podcast with us.
Who is it?
That was Kayla Zawerko.
Of course. Okay, Kayla. You don't even have to ask. She can just
What
show up.
what runner had the best response to your cheer section?
What runner?
Okay. What about Pod Fam? I'm gonna shout out Dave. because-
Dave Bellavo.
Yeah, because he didn't stop last year because he didn't really know. And this year he got to do it and he stopped. He took
He
photos.
did like the wind up. He's like, "Here we come."
Yes.
That was awesome.
I'm gonna say Dave, outside of Tommy, which Tommy
I mean,
Rivs.
I love when we start cheering for Patrick Karen. We do the Patrick Karen because we never know. He's always super fast. He runs by, but we always notice him and he goes, woo, like arms up.
Yeah, that's
so
become a staple. Just us all cheering that.
Patrick Karen.
And what will continue to happen if this other guy keeps running, it will be Have you seen my friend Zdeno? Has anyone seen my friend Zdeno?
That was amazing. Yes. Has anybody seen Zdeno?
My friend.
Mm-hmm.
Did you miss me?
Was this Tara? Yes.
Yes.
Patrick? And also Patrick, we missed you too.
It was Tara.
Yes.
Slightly disappointed still.
We did miss you, Tara.
Further questions as I swiped it away. What would you want to do? What would you want to do the same and different than next year? I really want to be more engaged with the events going on. I want to meet more people and just continue to show who we are
Mm-hmm.
and what we want to do and how we want to be a part of this.
Want to spend the whole weekend down there.
Yeah, I do.
Get like
Just
17 people to split a hotel room.
need a sponsor to pay
peasy.
for that.
Uh.
What do you want to do, same or different?
Well, I would want to spend more time in Boston without having to commute back and forth. That's my only thing. But I just think that now that we know how the like FanFest works, how Mile 27 post-race party works, I think that the organization can make little tweaks, maybe move our booth a little bit more in the action while still not being close to the stage to draw more people in. Because I think that us being in a corner kind of made it hard for people to wander over that way. So maybe we didn't get as much exposure as we would have liked.
And I think they really liked us, and they want us back, and they want to talk to us a little bit. Maybe like they might ask us some questions like they did ask us, and I'm sure they'll talk to us more like what should they do differently. It's the first time they've done something like this.
Yeah, they could have just made like traffic flow a little bit better towards the back, because they had the Impossible Meats set up back there. The Shocks tent was back there. And I feel like it just didn't get a whole lot of foot traffic. So if they just kind of rearranged things a little bit, I think it would have worked out a lot better.
I got 4 more questions, but I'm going to mix them all into one because this is late. And they all pretty much saying, like, what was your favorite or the coolest part, experience? And then one actually asks, okay, here's another one. How many words did Eric mispronounce? So
it was mostly just names.
it was Matthias.
Matthias.
And I called him Matthias. And then I got their state wrong. I said they're from Indiana, and they're like, no, we're from Illinois.
I just love correcting you because that's the one thing I remember in the moment. But like since you said it, I was like, I don't know anymore. So I do try to pay attention.
Just the whole weekend.
You did really well.
The whole weekend was a dream. You know, okay, here's what I'll leave. Laura, and I'm spacing on her last name, but Laura made a post the other day saying, I'm listening to an episode from 2 years ago, and it's so cool to hear my friends talk about something they want to do. And they actually did it last weekend.
Oh man, we've been manifesting this for 2 years. And
and let me tell you something. You can manifest things. They only happen when you do the fucking work.
That's you, dude. Yep. This is your baby. You take care of your baby.
And that's just, I saw that quote somewhere, and other people are so like, yeah, well, let's manifest. Let's do this. And you still got to do the work. And I love the work. I love this. I really hope we're going to be doing a lot more of this, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, because I don't care if you didn't. We're going to keep doing it.
You're stuck with us now.
Bigger and better. On my plane ride at the airport, waiting on delay, I listened to a little bit of Wheel Run 4. I loved your reaction, guys, to the show. They were so excited for us.
Yay.
So what a cool weekend. Let's do more. Sorry for this extremely long recap. Sorry to Erica for keeping you up past 11. However, I will be up later. Sometimes sometimes you forget that.
Yep, he's got some editing to do. Honestly, you could just drop it as is. It's got
I'm gonna-
mistakes, but
I'm
hey,
gonna
that's
listen
how,
to
that's
it
how
in
we
like
roll.
I'm gonna listen to it in like 1.5 speed.
Here you go.
Yeah. So-
But hopefully next year, when we get to do this again, we hope to see you guys there. Come shout out, come hang out with us, come cheer, come do all the things. We
Yeah,
want to see you.
some quick housekeeping. Friday, May 1st, we're doing a live show at Ted's running store in Keene, New Hampshire.
Mhm.
Sorry we haven't been promoting that as much or talking about it, but man, Boston Weeks has been insane. I know they weren't the official sponsor, but thank you to Dawn for my race tats. Thank you
Mhm.
so much
We appreciate
for all
you.
your support. It was a lot of fun handing out my race tats. And then next week will be Jason Giroux in the Arizona Monster 300. And it's already recorded, it's already edited, and it's being uploaded. You will not get the normal tros. We pre-recorded this. I think not that we're tired, but it's just
I'm
a way.
tired.
It's just a way for us to, give us 1 week here.
Mhm. I am
it's-
physically and emotionally exhausted, so I could use a week.
Yeah. So you won't hear back from us like updates for 2 weeks.
And it sucks because like the London Marathon just broke world records like all over the place, and I do want to talk about it, but
Well,
I guess
maybe
we can
you
wait.
should record with like Tara or somebody.
Oh, that's on deck. We're just gonna shoot the shit and have fun. Okay,
Yeah.
game
So,
on.
so you're going to hear from Erica
Eventually.
while I'm on my business trip. Yeah. Awesome. Well, this was fun. I'm tired,
Yep.
but
Let's just close it out. Everybody else wants to go to bed too.
yeah, I'm tired, but I'm just full I'm so happy.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm going to be posting a lot more reels from all those live shows, guys. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. I want people to see it, to see what we can do. Thank you so much to everyone who supported us. Again, like this is really like 50 degrees of Kevin Bacon. So many people from Jamie Staten in that story, getting us to Chris Lotzbaum, John
Been a crazy
Mortimer.
ride.
And I sent John Mortimer a text message saying like, this never would have happened if you didn't believe in us and we just went with it when you said let's do it, and 2 weeks later we did it. Like 1 year ago we never did a live show, and now we've done 1, 2, 3, 4,
I can't
5,
even count them all.
6, 7, 8 or 9, 6, 7.
Oh, God.
Yeah, this is great. So
On that note, let's wrap this up, buddy. You ready?
take us home, Erica.
Thank you guys so much for sticking with us. And I mean, if you're listening to this late, thank you for staying up. You guys know we love you.
Don't fear the code brown.
And don't forget to stretch.
Without hesitation said yes. So she added Rob to so she added Rob to the email.
Mm-hmm.
We get Rob on the podcast. He's just so I reached out to Bex like last fall to get Rob Simulcare on the podcast. So that's how we got Rob.
Mm-hmm.
Within that communication, we got to meet Rob's executive assistant, Jesse. And I knew that Rob works for New York Roadrunners. He's on the podcast with Bex and Rob. So I'm saying Meb. I'm 9:41 at night.
See,
This
you
is what
can't
you're
hold it
getting,
against
guys.
us.
This
No.
is what you're getting.
Yeah.